Jay Summers Morning Blend. Once again, we're here to talk about brand new movies coming out. And this week, it is Minions, The Rise of Gru. And what's fun about it is I got Tony and I have Janelle. Today, we're going to be the Vicious 3 compared to the Vicious 6 and the Minions, The Rise of the Gru. Let's start off with you, Tony. What did you think about it?
So I'll start it off with it's definitely more entertaining than the last film. I rewatched I think it was 2018 Minions yesterday. It was a chore to get through. I was definitely looking at my watch and checking the time on my phone a few times. But thankfully, last night was a step in the right direction for the franchise. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact Steve Carell's back. You know, he commands, his voice is very important, obviously, and he just is clearly having fun embodying the character, even though a younger version of his Despicable Me character, but he's definitely having a lot of fun with it. But there's a lot of 70s references for the adults and the older audience there. A lot of good music, game references, things like that. I won't call it a Stranger Things, similarity, but there are definitely a lot of spots you'll pick out and be like, oh, this, that, and the other. Kids and fans of the Minions are gonna love it. If you're on the fence about it, it really doesn't move the needle too much. Myself, the Minions never done that much for me, but for entertainment factor and for a film itself, it's definitely fun for the whole family.
Janelle, what'd you think?
When Tony said the last movie, I thought he was actually going to say Lightyear, and I was going to say far ahead as far as kids movies goes. This is what Lightyear should have been. It was funny, it was fast, it moved quickly, the soundtrack was great, the characters were great. The theater was much more reactive to this than it was for Lightyear. Lightyear was dead silence. This one, adults were laughing, kids were laughing. Yes, a lot of it was over butt jokes and farting noises, but I mean, still, that's what, if you're going to take children to the movies, this is what you expect. So yeah, I think this was the kids movie that, was Lightyear should have been.
Yes, this was Lightyear ahead of light years. Definitely light years ahead of light years. I have to agree with you on that. Great family movie. Yes, the butt and the fart jokes, but the music, it was 70s music. Not only were the adults into it, but the kids were kind of getting into it. So that was really interesting. A lot of stuff that I would dance to. I love the end of it. I'm not going to do the spoiler on that, but it was just so much. Yeah, I'm going to spoil it. Da 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 da. It was great. It is a great family movie for the 4th of July weekend. I definitely recommend that families go see it. Who wouldn't want to see a 12-year-old with a bunch of his friends having a great time? So this is really cool. So Tony, give us your rating on it.
As I said, the Minions never really have done that much for me. Respect the franchise, and I know it's the phenomenon it's garnered. For me, this gets a 3 out of 5. It just, as personally, doesn't do it for me. But much more entertaining than the last one, I can promise you that.
Janelle?
I would have to give it, as far as kids movies goes, I would give it a 4 out of 5. It's not an Academy Award winning, like Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, spectacular, but it fulfills its purpose for what it is. Fast kids movie, get them out of the heat, get them to enjoy, have a few laughs.
And have a lot of button
That's
farts.
what it,
That was
so
really
I
good.
would say.
Okay, I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to say 5, really. So, because for me, it was a lot of fun. A lot of references to the 70s. Took me back to disco. Took me back to the gold chains around the neck and the huge afro. Yes, that was James back in the late 70s, 78, 79.
Let's put a picture up.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, you're right. I should put a picture up. 4.5 out of 5 Mickeys. So somewhere between 3 and 5. So we'll give it a 4. A great family movie. Tony, Janelle, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend again and talking about the movies. And before we leave, let's see if I can give a fart joke real quick.
Nope.
All right, St. Louis, have a great weekend.